it is art and entertainment. Marianah Lourens here, and I am once again at the Athenaeum. Lovely here, having some beautiful guests. We're going to have such a nice chat. Dit is Marianah Lourens hierso met Kuns en Vermaak weer eens. Ons doen ons pre-recording hierso by die Athenaeum en dit is so lekker om saam met hierdie ouetjies te wees. Ek wil jou net gou vertel dat ons het nog steeds 'n lekker iets om na uit te sien. Artek, kuns vir kinders, 7 tot 15 jaar, elke Vrydag. En dit is natuurlik om 2:30 van tot 3:30, dis na skool, maar dit gaan nou 'n bietjie vakansie wees vir die kinders, so hulle kan dalk daarso wees. Jy moet net bespreek 041 585 3641. Yes, Artek presents Kids Art Club, and it's drawing, painting and craft, children 7 to 15 years. But you need to call for an appointment because there's a limit to how many they can take at every single time. It's R5 per child, and the number is 041 585 3641. Ja, dit is R5 vir elke kind, maar jy moet bel 041 585 3641. En dan is daar nog steeds PE Industry Night by die Savoy, en dit is natuurlik as jy wil meedoen met enige deel van theater, of jy nou 'n akteur is, of jy nou 'n regisseur is, 'n akteur of 'n regisseur, of is jy nou iemand wat baie geld het, wat geld in theater wil insit, of dalk wil jy net 'n tekkie wees. Daar's so baie plekke waar jy kan inpas in theater. Dalk is jy net 'n baie goeie persoon om in die atelier te hê, want ons soek altyd iemand om rond te stuur. Hardloop hier na toe, hardloop daar na toe. Yes, PE Industry Night, and it's your chance to reconnect, recharge, to reach out, and that's at the Savoy, and it's GNS initiative. Whether you're an actor, or a playwright, or a director, or a vocal director, choreographer, doesn't matter. If your interest and your passion is theatre, there's a monthly industry evening just to network, to support, to collaborate, to create, and there are lots of new opportunities, and it's every first Monday from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Savoy Theatre. You just need to register with Kaylin on 071 076 0980. I'm saying that again, 071 076 0980, because you need to just book there with Kaylin. Ja, dit is Kaylin wat jy daarso moet bespreek, net om te sê, jy gaan daar wees, en dit is elke eerste maandag van die maand by die Savoy. En dit gaan sommer baie lekker daar, 6 tot 9, lekker aandjie saam. En dan is daar natuurlik ook nog iets by die Savoy Theater, en dis elke Sondag, Anything Goes Sundays. Something for everybody on the performing platform. It's from 1 to 6, so it's the whole of the afternoon. There's a cash bar, food available. The entry is free, off-street parking, and you can perform anything you like. You can sing, you can dance, you can blow on your whistle or your flute, whatever. Ja, anything goes Sundays, en daar kan jy 'n instrument kom bespeel, of jy kan sing, of jy kan dans, of jy kan ietsie seker voorlees ook. Dit is Anything Goes Sundays, dit is by die Savoy. Dit is van 1 uur tot 6 uur, en dit is elke Sondag, dit is 'n open mic Sunday, so dit klink net baie lekker daar. En dan Rina Dippenaar, sy wag nog steeds vir jou, om by haar te kom, of klavierles, of fluit, of recorder, of gitaar, of musiekteorie by haar te kom leer. Sy gee ook Afrikaanse klasse. Haar nommer 083 398 5196. Jy moet bespreek, sy kan online vir jou help, of sy kan vir jou persoonlik help. 083 3985196. Dit is natuurlik 28 jaar se ondervinding wat sy daar het. So yes, Rina Dippenaar, she's been a teacher for 28 years. She will give you lessons in piano, flute, recorder, guitar, music theory, and also Afrikaans. But you need to contact her 083 398 5196. I just want to say she can help you online or she can help you personally, face to face. 083 398 5196 083 398 5196. Rina Dippenaar for your online or your actual lessons. And then Stepping Out will also still be there for all your fancy dressing up requirements, those photo shoots, those get-togethers, that special birthday party. Call Rose 072 906 1977. You need to make an appointment. They are at Buckingham Street or 6th Buckingham. It's just opposite the Provincial Hospital. Ja, net daar oor kan die Provinsiale Hospitaal nommer 6 Buckingham Road. Dit is Stepping Out vir al jou fantasie kostuum benodighede. Rose is nog steeds beskikbaar vir jou fotoshoots of jou spesiale verjaardag of graduation, wat ook al, daai spesiale foto's waarvoor jy wil opdres. Bel haar gerus 072 906 1977. Yes, please call Rose and make an appointment 072 906 1977 for your special photo shoots, costumes. Okay, and now I am with my amazing guests. I have with me here Luxolo, Ngqunge. So the U becomes a O.
Sorry?
In your surname, the U, it becomes Ngqunge.
It's Ngqunge.
Oh, it's an O.
Yes.
It's not a U.
It's a U, it's Ngqunge.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Yes.
The U becomes it doesn't go say a U, it goes to O.
It's still a U though. It's Ngqunge, not Ngqunge. Yeah.
Ngqunge.
It's actually a use.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so interesting languages, aren't they?
Yes.
They
Yes.
never sound exactly what they are. And if
Yeah.
you're not from that language,
Yes.
it sounds a bit different to you, but it's so little. The difference is so subtle.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So this is Luxolo Ngqunge. I'll call you Luxolo. That's
Yes.
already enough for me. And it's so nice to have you, Luxolo.
Thanks a lot, man.
And the guy who replied here, he is Luxolo's friend, Kumkani.
Yes.
Friend and colleague.
Yes.
They work together, they play together, they do lots of stuff together. And Kumkani, you've got an easier one. Mtengwa.
Mtengwa, yes.
This is so much easier for a granny, a busy blonde granny.
This is fair. One hard, one easy.
One easy, exactly. Now, let's start with you, Luxolo, because what I've read about you was so interesting, because we all know about Skim Sam,
Okay.
and I don't know if they say Skim Sam or Scheme Sam or
Yeah,
Scheme Sam or
Yeah,
what.
it's Skim Sam, yes.
Skim Sam. And you actually worked there with them on that set. Tell us, what all did you do there?
Yeah, it actually started from an audition. Actually auditioned in 2013. It was actually for a petrol attendant role. So from there, then when I
It was a cameo role?
yes. So when I got, it was just a 1-day shoot. So when they were recasting, I'm sorry, for Skim Sam again. So they were looking for security guards, they're looking for students, they're looking for, So I actually auditioned again. Then this is when I got the part from since 2014 up until 2017, when it was from season 3 until season 8. So when I had to leave Skim Sam, so the producers were so sad that I'm actually coming back to Port Elizabeth now, Gqeberha now it's called. So they didn't want to let go of me. So they were like, how about we give you like a 1-year training to do art department, but you can do stuff behind the scenes. So it was actually an interesting journey as well.
So you did both. You did your little cameo roles because it's plural,
Yes.
more than one
Yes.
personality that you that you were there,
Yeah.
and then you were also able to do some off-screen stuff.
Yes, actually it's called when you deal with props and everything.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
That's what I actually enjoyed it working there.
So it's props, decor.
Yeah,
it's that
yeah.
running around
Set,
a guy
set,
who's
yeah.
got to make sure everything is right. I know I've done props in my life.
Very difficult job.
I know they're never happy with what you do. You're always putting the stuff in the wrong place.
You are always standing on your feet.
And you're always nervous because
you never know what's wrong now, what the producer or the director wants now. They can give you, like, for example, they can give you a paper and then they say you must actually dress this on that scene. And then what happens is the director feels as if, no man, I feel that you shouldn't put a paper anymore, bring flowers. So you find that flowers are at the back, so I have to go run. And
at the blink of an eye, they expect you just to produce whatever there is. You know, in 1984, that's a long time ago. Don't even go
try to count.
I don't even think you were born yet. And I was in America and I was on a set, but it wasn't for film, it was for stage. But I had to, once for a whole course, do set deck.
Okay.
And I mean, it's like props. It's all props.
think-
And they called it set deck,
Yes.
you know, set decor. It's decor. It's the same thing.
Yes.
And you are so running off your feet because you're always trying to find stuff. You're doing research to see what will fit here. So you've learned a lot there.
Yeah, a lot. Actually, I think the stage is something similar that Kumkani did in Grahamstown. I don't know if you can share a bit about that.
Yes.
Yes,
because-
Kumkani, so let's go to you because Grahamstown, I saw you from Grahamstown.
Is it?
Yes, I saw that. Look, I stalked you guys. So you are from Grahamstown and I saw Ngqunge.
yes.
I said that right.
Yes, that was correct.
Band,
Yes,
Grahamstown.
yes.
But you also did stage work
Yes.
because we all do stage, we do everything, but you actually can do music as well. Now, I always admire the music people.
Yes.
Do you do music at all?
No, I don't.
No, we admire you guys, you music guys, because it's a God-given talent that you cannot actually do if you don't have that talent. Even if you try and do it, you're not as good as the naturals.
Music is it's a whole journey on its own, because I actually entered from school. So I went to NMU. I studied there. I'm studying there now. But my music journey really starts there. So actually, I started 2009, and then I enrolled and did a diploma in NMU back then. But now it's NMU, but I'm doing a degree now. So I got my diploma in 2014, yes, 2014. So now I'm finishing my degree this year, 4th year. But in Grahamstown, I was working as well. I started working there in 2015, was it? Yeah, I think 2015. We were doing, I was working at Gqeberha at the Monument. And it was my first time working in theater. So we were dressing up the stage and you know, for every set that was going to be performing, whether it was ballet, whether it was an orchestra, whether it was a band or whatever, I can really relate with what you guys are saying just now, because I was always there from like 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock at night. And I remember the team that I went with there, they were always like, where are you? Like, we are here, we already knocked off at our stations, and where are you? I'm like, guys, I'm still at work. I'm still working here. And I would get there at around about 10. And they say, why are you working till 10? I'm saying, guys, that's what my
name of the game.
You know, so yeah, but I don't actually do that anymore. I'm more in music now, but yeah, that's
the Gqeberha, I mean, we all know it. We've been to the festivals. You've covered all the festivals, obviously.
Yes,
in the time you were there. I was so missing festival now, actual festival. But let's just pray and hope It's coming back to normal again. We're going to have shows again. We'll have Grahamstown Festival again. Or maybe they'll call it something else. I don't know. It'll be festival because there is nothing like a Grahamstown Festival.
Nothing at all.
Because I've covered it every year for many years now. And Guy Butler Theatre is, of course, a very well-known theatre in the monument. We love it. But now your band, tell us how, because you say it started for you in school, actually, the music.
The music, yes. So music started in NMU. I was actually 20 years old back then. I went out of high school and I took a gap year, and then the gap year was a result of me not doing architecture. I wanted to do architecture. So they didn't take me at the architecture department. Then I took a gap year and I started DJing. So after I did the DJing, I was like, what can I study? What can I do? What am I passionate about? And I've always had a passion for music. It's just that I wasn't really active in it. So I decided, look, I found a guitar at the ceiling of my roof, cleaning up the house, found this guitar. I was like, whose guitar is this? My mother was like, I can't remember who we got it from and whatever. I took it and I fixed it up, and I went to enroll in NMU back then. So that's how I started music, actually.
And you discovered you actually can,
you've
got an aptitude for the guitar.
It's the funny thing about life is that there's no formula. You can never know what you can do or what you can't do. So if you don't find out for yourself, if you don't go out and search for everything that tickles your fancy, if whatever you're interested in, if you don't go out and try to find out what makes you interested in this, then you'll never actually find out the beauty of what life is. Because now I've had ups and downs in music, but I can clearly say that music is the only thing that is the center of my
it's your passion.
It's my passion, it's my life, it's my everything. So a few years went down, ups and downs, but I started creating some music. I started developing this music, and we call it Ngqunge in Xhosa, because there's this thing in Xhosa of spiritual doctors, whereby they are able to heal people through spirits that are endowed in them. But with us, I'm not a spiritual doctor. I don't have any healing powers like that in that sense. But the music to me was the healing aspect, and it's they call it a sickness in inverted commas, but it's actually a healing, but we do call it we do call it a school, but it's actually something that you can't run away from. One of those things that you always say, why am I doing this? But it always comes back and says, brah, I'm here. I want you to work with you, or whatever the case may be. So I've tried to actually sort of like, music. Do I actually want to do music? I've questioned it before, and I've actually, doubted myself, but it always comes back to me. So we decided to form a band with two beautiful musicians that I work with, Paramile Msizi and Usneli Zwiole, the vocalist, and Paramile Msizi is the saxophonist. So yeah, that has been a journey as well, and it's still a journey that's going through. So we still want to see what the music's gonna provide for us, but we're still in the process of doing other things as well, like having an album out and stuff like that. So yeah, but the journey has been great.
Yeah, you've been infected with this disease called
So
music. And music is therapeutic.
Yes.
No matter what language you speak,
Yes.
it's therapeutic.
Yes.
It's the language that heals,
Yes.
and that is music.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
we're going to come back to you. I just want to know now here from Luxolo, the actor, and everything else that he is. You also have some dreams that you're working on,
Yes.
your passion that you're following. Tell us a little bit about that.
The thing is, apart from being a musician,
Actor.
He's also a poet, I think.
apart from being a poet and an actor, what my sickness is giving a platform to musicians or to artists,
Empowering them.
So I would take it as if it doesn't matter even if I don't have anything on me, but what I have is a platform that I can provide for artists. So I've developed that love for the art. 2011, that's when I started doing events at the old Village Vanguard
Yes.
in downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that was my first event. So from there, I grew from that to doing shows in Opera House at the barn.
And I'm sure I must have seen you there.
I'm sure.
Master.
Because I've been there.
Yes.
So I've supported all the festivals and
Yes.
stuff. So I must have seen you there.
So I started doing shows in at the Opera House, and after the Opera House, then I left for Cape Town in 2013, and then I did events called Rhythm and Poetry as well in the old Rakazi. There's two Rakazi, the one in Long Street, and then there's the one in Loop Street. So the one in Loop Street was the one that I actually started doing ongoing events. So from there, I've been
There's
doing
so many theatres in Cape Town.
too much.
It's brilliant. It's vibrant.
Yeah. So from there, then I moved to Johannesburg, 2013 in March. And Johannesburg gave me the platform to do everything. Like I started doing poetry events, started doing hip hop events, started doing live music events. I just became active. Then that's when I fell in love with acting, and that's when I started to be part of the acting. And during my journey of being an actor at Skimsam, I auditioned for another controversial film called Ngqeberha, which is The Wound.
Controversial.
Yeah, it was very controversial at that time in our country. So I auditioned and I got the part. 2017. It was produced by producer Kate Pensacro and
Oh, yeah.
director
Kate
John
Pensacro.
Chambers. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was part of that project, which was an international feature film, which won numerous awards.
Awards and nominations she got.
Nominations,
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the film that I was
Also
part of the
involved
cast.
in.
Yes.
That is so awesome.
So now I'm actually back in Gqeberha full time. I've got
And
all
we
this-
hope it's going to stay Gqeberha. We don't know.
Is we
It's
just
in
hoping,
the
yeah.
balance. But yeah, so have you got something that we can look forward to, that we can tell people to look out for? We've got about 2 minutes left of our chat. So
right.
let's hear. What
Okay.
can people get?
On the 29th, I'm doing an event, 29th of May, doing the event. Still have to confirm the venue, but it was firstly at the Heritage Cafe.
Oh yes, we know the Heritage Cafe very well.
Yes, so I'll be headlining poets and musicians. And rappers.
So that's where it's kicking off.
Yes, on the 29th. So from
On the
there,
29th of May,
yes.
at the Heritage Cafe.
Yes, it's free entry. So we'll be featuring a poet called.
We just have to eat we must support Gustav.
Yes.
Bring your stomach.
So it's Gqeberha, a poet, and Sammy B was a vocalist, and Nikima is a hip hop artist, and who else am I forgetting?
Keris is not there.
And you there
Query is
too?
from
Kumkani, you also there? You're going to be there?
I'm not going to be performing, but I'm part of the event
Of the organising.
Yes. So it's the event is rhythm and poetry. So yeah, we'll be pushing those once every last Sunday of the month. Saturday of the month.
Okay, so it's going to be every last Saturday of the month,
Yes.
so they can watch a space. You're going to send me all the stuff, and then I'm going to talk about it and say, go there, go to the Heritage Cafe this Saturday. It's these performers.
Yes.
Okay, so say that date again.
The 29th of May. The show is called Rhythm and Poetry at the Heritage Cafe.
At the Heritage Cafe, and that's just on the Donkin. You actually go Chapel Street,
Yes.
and
It's
you
the-
turn off. You can
Constitution Hill.
Constitution Hill. It's so easy to find. It's just behind the Donkin row houses. So if you can just find your way in behind, you go as if you go to the Donkin row houses, you pass them, you turn right and you follow the little kronkely road there, and then there you are
Go to
at the parking.
to two little cows there,
Yes.
those beautiful cows.
Those beautiful cows made from remnants, throwaway bits and
Beautiful
pieces
work
of metal.
And that's art.
Those metal.
very
That is
beautiful.
such beautiful art. I just love that. But I love the Heritage Cafe as well. We have done some pre-recordings there,
right.
but it got a bit windy out there and noisy.
Okay.
But the whole thing is we all support each other. I always tell people they must go there. So that's on the 29th of May.
Yes.
Watch the space. I'm going to remind people again. And you're both going to be involved.
Yes.
And on the music scene, have you got anything coming, Kumkani?
Not as of yet.
But you're going to let us
I'm
know?
going to let you know definitely, because we're going to be doing some events as well as Ngqunge. We're going to update you as soon as everything is coming together.
Okay. And of course, we do know that he works with, and also even Luxolo work with top people. We had Toko here. I mean, she's an award-winning. She even won a scholarship to go and study overseas, which she's now fundraising for. So we all want to support one another. Thank you so much for coming, both of you, Luxolo and Kumkani. It was so nice to have you here. And watch the space, and it's time for me, Marianah Lourens, at Art and Entertainment. Art and Entertainment, let me say that again, a bit of a tongue twister there. Ja, dit is Marianah Lourens, wat nou moet groet met kuns en vermaak. Tot volgende keer, arrivari!